Hello, children. Okay, I'm just going meta here. I know this looks weird. I've got my mask on because I'm recording this video as we're doing the assignment. Okay. Turn it in. Now, I want to talk to you guys after we do this real quick, though. You may. You may. Again, I'm just reading this for people. Yes, I understand that I'm doing this at the same time I'm teaching. Again, for each question, select the answer that best describes you by circling the value that best indicates how you felt. Again, you guys can highlight, you can do the whole thing if you want. Number one, approximately what time would you get up if it was entirely free to plan your day? 5 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. 4, 6:30 a.m. to 7:45 a.m. 3, 7:45 a.m. to 9:45 a.m. 2, 9:45 a.m. to 11 a.m. 1, 11 a.m. to noon. 2, approximately what time would you go to bed if you were entirely free to plan your evening? 5, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. 4, 9 p.m. to 10:15 p.m. 3, 10:15 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. 2, 12:30 a.m. to 1:45 a.m. 1, 1:45 a.m. to 3 a.m. 3. If you usually have to get up at a specific time in the morning, how much do you depend on an alarm clock? 4, not at all. 3, slightly. 2, somewhat. 1, very much. 4. How easy do you find it to get up in the morning when you are not awakened unexpectedly? 1, very difficult. 2, somewhat difficult. 3, very easily. 3, fairly easily. 4, very easily. 5. How alert do you feel the first half hour after you wake up in the morning? 1, not at all alert. 2, slightly alert. 3, fairly alert. 4, very alert. 6. How hungry do you feel during the first half hour after you wake up? 1, not at all hungry. 2, slightly hungry. 3, fairly hungry. 4, very hungry. 7. During the first half hour after you wake up in the morning, how do you feel? 1, very tired. 2, fairly tired. 3, fairly refreshed. 4, very refreshed. 8. If you had no commitments the next day, what time would you go to bed compared to your usual bedtime? 4, seldom or never later. 3, less than 1 hour later. 2, 1 to 2 hours later. 1, more than 2 hours later. 9. You've decided to do physical exercise. A friend suggests that you do this for 1 hour twice a week, and the best time for him is between 7 and 8 a.m. Bearing in mind, no pun intended, nothing but your own internal clock, how would you perform? You would be in good form. 3, you would be in reasonable form. 2, you would find it difficult. 1, would find it very difficult. 10. At approximately what time in the evening do you feel tired and as a result in need of sleep? 5, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. 4, 9 p.m. to 10:15 p.m. 3, 10:15 p.m. to 12:45 a.m. 2, 12:45 a.m. to 2 a.m. 1, 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. 11. You want to be at peak performance for your test that you know is going to be mentally exhausting. It will last 2 hours. You are entirely free to plan your day, considering only your internal clock. Which one of the 4 testing times would you choose? 6, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. 4, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. 2, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. 0, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. 12. If you go to bed at 11 p.m., how tired would you be? 0, not at all. 2, a little tired. 3, fairly tired. 5, very tired. 13. For some reason, you've gone to bed several hours later than usual, but there's no need to get up at any particular time in the morning. Which one of the following would you most likely do? 4, will wake up at a usual time but not fall back to sleep. 3, will wake up at a usual time and doze thereafter. 2, will wake up at a usual time but fall back to sleep. 1, will not wake up until later than usual. 14. One night you have to remain awake between 4 and 6 a.m. in order to carry out a night watch. You have no commitments the next day. Which one of the alternatives would suit you best? 1, would not go to bed until the watch is over. 2, would take a nap before and sleep after. 3, would take a good sleep before the nap after. Would take a good sleep before and nap after. 4, would sleep only before the watch. 15. You have 2 hours of hard physical work. You're entirely free to plan your day. Considering your own internal clock, which of the following times would you choose? 4, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. 3, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. 2, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. 1, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. 16. You've decided to do physical exercise. A friend suggests you do this 1 hour twice a week. The best time for her is between 10 and 11 p.m. Bearing in mind your own internal clock, how do you think you would perform? Would be in good form. 2 would be in reasonable form. 3 would find it difficult. 4 would find it very difficult. 17. Suppose you can choose your own work hours. Assume that you work a 5-hour day, including breaks. Your job is interesting, and you're paid based on your performance. At approximately what time would you choose to begin? 5 hours starting between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. 4 5 hours between 8 and 9 a.m. 3 5 hours between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. 4 looks a little off, 2 5 hours between 2 and 5 p.m. 1 5 hours starting between 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. 18. At approximately what time of day do you usually feel your best? 5 to 8 a.m. 4 8 to 10 a.m. 3 10 to 5 p.m. 2 5 to 10 p.m. 1 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. And then finally 19. One hears about morning types and evening types. Which one of these types do you consider yourself to be? 6, definitely a morning type. 4, rather a morning type than an evening type. 2, rather an evening type than a morning type. 1, definitely an evening type. So after you guys do this, calculate all your points. And then we will talk about, then when you go to page 6, type in your points, and we will talk about what this means, basically what your chronotype is. As always, if you guys have any questions, please raise your hand and talk to me in class. If we still have remote learners, please unmute yourself and talk to me or message me through Schoolology. Thank you very much, Pirates, and have a super sparkly day.